Guess what mine are? Guess what mine are?
I'm trying to guess it's like a green apple. Like
What is that? Does anybody know?
Looks like a witch.
It's the skeleton witch zombie guy.
No. Blue meanies! Blue meanies! Yo, submarine. Hi everybody, hope you're doing marvellously well. I'm sitting here with the rather wonderful Mr. Patrick Flores, or Pat Flores I should say. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Shake my hand. Okay, we've been here like 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, so. Look, I played around with this. It was top secret at AES.
Yes, just a few weeks back.
Which is great, because we went to AES, which is, of course, you know, the Audio Engineering Society. And I think you were the only people there that had anything to do with guitars and pedals. God bless you. So tell me about it. Obviously, people probably know the little brother of this. Is that the...
Yeah, so this is pretty much like the long-awaited follow-up to the H9, like our biggest pedal. It could do 4 in, 4 outs, flexible I/O, 2 algorithms at once, which people have been asking for forever. And on top of that, it comes with 10 new algorithms along with all the previous H9 algorithms that came before it.
You've heard me say this every time we talk about Eventide, hardware, software, and now pedals, is that, you know, I fell in love with Eventide at an early age because you go into a studio and it was always like, 3 or 4 like classic companies with digital hardware. And of course, Eventide were possibly the first. And I know when I got to work with Jack Douglas, and who became a very good friend, he used to tell me these stories of like guys from Eventide inventing something and then coming over to the record plant, the power station, and saying, "Go check this out," and they'd plug it in. And he told me that the snare on "Walk This Way" is the flanger, so it kind of goes Q. So if you hear that, that snare kind of does this weird kind of low, and that's because there's a flanger underneath it.
Cool.
Which was the early Eventide. What was that flanger called?
Instant flanger.
Instant flanger.
Yeah. We still kind of do like stuff like so. Instant flanger's in this box too.
Great.
But
why don't we go to that first?
Sure. I'll bypass both of these real quick, and then to load something, you just go to presets.
Yep.
Modulation, and then look up instant flanger here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Flanger, I don't know how everybody else feels. There's a lot of good choruses and stuff like that, but flanger definitely sorts out, you know, the girls from the women, the men from the boys, because it's... I can see why it'd be good on the snare.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shallow.
What this pedal is great for is layers of effects. It's not just getting an effect. It's like the fact that you can do everything. At the moment, we got it through a generic, clean, like Fender sounding amp with 0 distortion. So why don't we just quickly let everybody hear what that sounds like. You can just bypass it for a second.
Sure.
So there's no coloration on the amp. It's pretty generic. Just sounds like a twin or something. Great, so everything that's going to come is going to be from the pedal. So, I don't know, you know this pedal really well. Show it off, give us some fun ones.
Yeah, so let's play through some of the new stuff. One of the big new ones is called Polyphony, which is our first polyphonic pitch shifter. You could have 2 pitches and independent pan, voice, detune. So let me just play you through something called Awaken. This is a program that I made with Polyphony and then Tricerachorus after it in series.
Nice. Yeah, baby. Matt Lang is sitting over in the corner, and we were playing with this a second ago. When you've got things like this creative, you write songs with these kinds of things. You could just go. I mean, that's some of the most generic guitar riff I've ever played in my entire life. But now it's a song. And also, as a guitar player, I was always completely envious as a kid, you know, because when I was a kid in the 80s, everybody was synth, and I was like playing my guitar.
Right.
And this levels the playing field for me.
Totally. I mean, like if you just hear like the dry sound versus like the wet sound, it's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, there's a string quartet playing along with my guitar now.
Exactly. And like the cool thing about it is if I already have Tricerachorus loaded, but if I wanted the reverb instead, I have this inserted here, so I could go to my routing, insert any pedal that I want. It doesn't have to be an Eventide pedal in your routing, and then in B, instead of another Triceratops, I could put like a reverb in here. So I'll just search for reverbs. Say I'll show off the new one called Wormhole, which is like this super massive reverb. Turn the mix down a bit. So now you got.
I really do want to write a new song with this.
It'll last forever.
Eric, where did you go? Eric. What did you do? Did you?
I just went to the different modes. So in the H90, you have select mode, which is like your regular guitar pedal mode. You can scroll through your algorithms. You have bank mode, where you can kind of like press through all your different presets like at the same time. But the special mode is called perform, and that allows you to program these foot switches to do whatever you want. So for example, in polyphony, we can freeze a chord. So
let's just do them.
So now that's frozen.
Makes all my ramblings seem so much more smarter than they really are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Cool. And I can take you to a couple more sounds. This one is another new one called Eventide going into SP 2016. It's our Univibe clone.
Nice. I already like it for just. Oh, she just got demonetized. So good.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about this thing, I think. You know, like you can go from the crazy effect that we just had before to something a bit more bread and butter that you can use at any gig that you want.
When we were all checking it out with you at AES, every single one of us that played it all said the thing that is probably hard to express just by listening to this is the tracking is insane, because you know this is all digital and it's doing all kinds of smart things that are much smarter than I could ever think about. I don't hear any latency at all ever. It just tracks so well. It just feels like it's completely analog. It's just perfect. If I play that, yeah, there's no. And it's so clean. So you can let the amp, if you want, if you're going into a real amp, you can drive it harder.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Cool.
What else you got?
Let me give you an example of like how you can kind of combine the new presets with the old algorithms. So there's one in here called Jazzy BZ, where I combine the polyphony with rotary speaker to kind of create that cool Leslie sound.
What was that thing you were doing that?
Yeah, the chord bends.
I've never done any of that before, so I know everybody does that. Everything's just cool. You play 3 notes, but you make it sound so much smarter because you're going.
Just slide to it. And we got other stuff here too. This one's a new distortion that we have called Weed Whacker.
Again, demonetized. That's really nice.
Thanks. There's one in here called Mirror Dimension. So this one's featuring Prism Shift going into Shimmer. Prism Shift is using the polyphonic technology to basically dissect your chord and give you a high, middle, and low harmonic and arpeggiates that. And this is going into Shimmer. Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah, and there's this really cool thing on it. If you play a chord and you hit shift over here, it's going to do a sort of like glissando.
Okay. Oh, that sounds like a synth ending to a Pink Floyd song.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We don't need synthesizers anymore, guitar players. Yay! Okay.
Cool. Let me show you this one.
Every generic guitar riff I play now sounds interesting.
So this is called Bouquet Delay. We had a pedal called the Rose, and people really like that bucket sound.
I remember that. I like that.
Totally. So we have like kind of emulation of something like a bucket brigade delay in stereo here with tons of modulation sources. I actually have it mapped here. I've been using it as like a sort of DJ scratch. So if I cock this back.
Oh yeah. But I love the way that delay is not only, low passing as it goes, so getting darker and darker. It actually changes pitch.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah, it's modulating it.
Where's the mix control?
The mix control on this. So if you go to parameters,
Yeah.
it'll take you to all the parameters of any.
Let's go to full
of the
effect
two
for a second, like no dry.
I got you. So we'll go to bouquet delay by pressing B here, and then
Yeah.
just click it up to 100.
Okay. That'd be just great for special effects, for games and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
And that's like really pushing it to like, get it weird.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you. Let me put you through something a little bit more.
Sane?
You want to do safe?
No, sane. A little bit more sane.
I gotcha.
You can do anything. It's fantastic.
So again, this is going through polyphony, but trying to get a nice 12-string sound. Show you one more new algorithm. I can show you as many. We can do whatever we want. But like also, there's this one here called Headspace, which is a tape delay but with 4 heads.
Okay.
So you can kind of change the division up.
Yeah.
You can break it down.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, it's super easy to kind of find the things you want on this thing. The H9 didn't have a OLED screen, so you had a companion app with it. With this, you have a full screen here, so everything is represented on the screen.
Great.
Go to Headspace and just put in Headspace there. So this even has like a tape hiss.
Really nice.
Yeah, and we encourage
Lots of
people
fun.
to really use this to kind of perform. So we added 2 perform parameters on this one called boil and breakdown. So if you strum a chord, that's the sound of the tape slowing down. And if you let go,
Nice.
yeah. And then boil does the opposite.
Instant Radiohead.
Totally.
Tracking's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it'd be good to mention too, like that this thing, people have noticed, we've been switching programs and the tails of your reverbs and delays will carry over, so there's true spillover on this thing.
Very nice. What's your favorite sound on this whole thing?
Oh man, oh dude, this one's kind of wild. So I've been listening to a lot of Billie Eilish lately, and she has this one song that has this crazy synth part. So it's a monophonic synth going into a fuzz.
Right.
So it's kind of this crazy wah sound. You gotta just play one note on it.
Oh, so good. Not the song. Oh, I love that. Ah. That's the song.
So that's like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like my favorite crazy sound, but if I'm just at a gig and I want like a nice thing, this is my go-to, which is just weed whacker parallel to a digital delay to kind of get that like transparent, like overdrive sound.
What? I love that. The way the attack is set, so
Yep.
which is nice because it was going into an amp with a little bit of extra drive on as well. It really cut because of that.
For sure.
It's the attack. So it feels like there's compression on it that's letting just a little bit of the attack go through.
Totally.
Yeah, I like that. Love it.
Cool.
Superb. How much does one of these set us back?
These will go for $899.
$899.
Yeah.
Great. Absolutely amazing. How many presets are already on it?
Oh man, we're still putting more, but like out of the box, it's gonna have all 99 filled, and then you can actually go through way more of them in this programs button. That's gonna have every single preset that's comes with the box, and you can also use H90 Control, which is the control app for it for desktop, and then you can scroll through all the available program presets.
Does that do recall?
If you turn this off and you know, it will recall what you left it on with. It won't until you leave that program. It's not going to change.
Fantastic. And the best thing about this is Joe sitting over there said we can do this. Yes! Yes! We're going to give one away. It was literally, the decision was made about 35 seconds ago. So, yes, we're giving one of these away. So enter to win down below if you haven't already entered one of ours. They are a raffle, which means the more actions you do, like if you go and follow lovely Eventide's Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, you'll get more tickets, more entry tickets, because it's a raffle. And, oh, by the way, there's lots of scams on YouTube, so we will only notify you by email at the end of the competition. So if somebody's trying to scam you and tell you you've won, you haven't. You will only know by the end of the competition. Patrick, thank you ever so much.
Thank you for having us.
You rock. So we're definitely going to get one of these. Check it out. You'll see them in the videos. It's awesome. As you know, I'm a big fan of Eventide, and thank you ever so much, guys, for coming over and showing it us. It makes it a lot easier, because when you've got a dumb idiot like me trying out for the first time, I'll just go through the presets, and you know how it is. Smart to have people here that are smarter than me that know how to use it. Goodbye. So long, farewell, la vie de zen, au revoir, adios, ciao, adio, goodbye.